name is Candice. I'm the head of education here at the Schiele Museum. I'm also a degreed meteorologist. And I want to talk to you guys about weather today, and we're going to do some fun experiments. Are you guys okay with that? Yes. Yeah. So let's talk about the 3 things you need to make weather happen. What are some things you think you need to make weather happen? Tell me.
You need sometimes heat, maybe water.
So heat from the sun, water, and then we need...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, yeah. This is not just a kid program. Anybody can answer. Yeah. So you need wind. You need air. Yeah. So do we have air in this room, guys?
Yes.
I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, you ready?
Whoa.
I need that.
That was cool.
Woo.
We need
I know. It's surprising what air feels like, right? Like, you don't normally think about air hitting you, right? But you're surrounded by air all the time. Now, how many of you guys wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, let me check on the air today?
What?
Yeah, you don't really think about air, right? It's just always near you. You always breathe it in, but you don't always think about it, all right? Well, we've got Charlotte Area Air Awareness here, and I wanted to bring them to help talk about the air because air makes a huge difference for us, especially this past month. We've had lots of wildfire smoke down in these parts, and a lot of that is weather related. Weather has helped to funnel it in. So they have been working really hard with our air quality and other factors that come to with about the air. Now, speaking of air, let's pretend I have humid air. So humid air is the one that's got lots of moisture in it, okay? It's got water in it. Humid air, dry air. Which one is heavier? Okay, raise your hand if you think dry air is heavier. Okay, raise your hand if you think humid air is heavier. Okay, so I think I've got a little more of you saying humid air. It would make sense, right? Because there's more, you've got water in it, right? Like you've added stuff to it, so therefore it should be heavier. But that's wrong. I know. Wait, you're just like, I just blew your mind for a second. Dry air is heavier, all right? And we're going to do some very simple chemistry today. You guys have all taken chemistry before, right? Some of you are like, chemistry. All right, so here we go. So we've got water. We're going to say water weighs 18, okay? We've got nitrogen. You breathe in nitrogen and you breathe in oxygen. They weigh 28 and 32. So if you take away some of the nitrogen and oxygen and replace it with water, are you replacing it with a higher or lower number? Lower. Therefore, humid air is less dense. It weighs less, okay? So if it weighs less, is it going to want to sink or is it going to want to rise? Rise. Yeah, so humid air naturally wants to rise. Now, which one is going to want to rise? Cold air or hot air? Say it, shout out.
Hot air.
Hot air rises. It's the bunk bed theory. You right? You sleep in the top bunk, it's warmer than the bottom bunk. Heat rises. So if you have warm air and humid air, is it going to want to rise?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Do we have hot and humid summers around here?
Oh, heck yes.
Oh, yeah. Your answer exactly. Yes. So that's the reason, guys, we see so many thunderstorms during the summer. It's kind of a common occurrence during the summer because we have hot and humid conditions. That air is just going whoop right up. And when you can get air to lift, you can create thunderstorms. All right? Now, how many of you guys have ever heard of a severe thunderstorm before? Yeah. So have you ever seen an alert on your phone for a severe thunderstorm warning?
Yes.
It's these guys right over here. National Weather Service are the ones that are issuing that. That is the person who literally issues that to your phone. It's a human behind there, all right? And there are 3 criteria it takes for them to make a severe thunderstorm warning. So we're going to talk about wind first, okay? So let me get a volunteer to help me today. All right, I saw your hand first. Come on up. All right, so what I want you to do, you're going to stand right here. You're going to blow into this black circle as hard as you can. Okay, you ready? All right, get yourself ready. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to do one more. One more good breath. You ready? Go. Whoa. Give him a round of applause, guys. That was like an awesome breath. You can have a seat. And you were able to blow 7.1 miles per hour. You got some lungs on you. Now, if we had a thunderstorm with 7.1 mile an hour winds, would they categorize that as severe? No. We don't really have to worry with 7 mile an hour winds. All right, so let me get another volunteer. All right, right here. Come on up. All right, so this time we're going to try this. Okay? You use one of these every day, I can tell, right? All right, so here's what I want you to do. You're going to push this button here, and you're going to push this button up, okay? All right, and you got to push that one up.
Yeah, push it up, turn it on.
Yep, push it up. Push it up. Boop. No. Oh. Here's the magic. There we go. All right, now push that turbo button. Push the turbo button. Yeah, push it, push it. Oh, yeah. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, I'm going to turn it off for you. Whoa. All right, give him a round of applause, guys. You can have a seat. You were able to make it go 22.8 miles an hour. Nice, that was faster. But let's round up, say 23. 23 mile an hour winds. Is the National Weather Service going to make that storm severe? No. Nope, still not a severe thunderstorm. So let me get one more volunteer. Nope. All right, right here. Come on up. All right, we're going to try this one out.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Do we think this is going to be faster?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and put one hand here, one hand underneath here to support it. All right, and what I want you to do is you're going to turn it on right here. All right, are we ready? Go for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Ooh, that's nice. All right, can you give him a round of applause? All right, we had 7 miles an hour, we had 23 miles an hour, but now we've got 125 miles an hour. Whoa! Is 125 miles an hour severe?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely going to be severe. You are correct. So yes, definitely would be severe. Let's see, what about 75 miles an hour? Severe?
Probably.
Somewhat.
Yeah, definitely severe. 60 miles an hour?
Kinda.
Still severe? 58 miles an hour.
It's getting maybe. It's
Yes. 57 miles an hour. No. 58 miles an hour or greater, it will trigger the National Weather Service to issue a severe thunderstorm warning. All right? So that's one of your thresholds for wind. Now, another threshold that we have, because there's 3 things that can make them do a warning. What is something related to a baseball with weather? How do you measure it? If we're going to measure something with weather in a baseball size, what is it? Shout it out.
Hail.
Hail. Yeah. Hail. So let's see here. I got a dime. Dime-sized hail. Severe or not severe? Not severe. You guys are right. All right. Nickel-sized hail. Severe or not severe? Not severe. Good job. All right. Quarter-sized hail. Severe or not severe?
It's severe.
Right?
You wouldn't want it hitting your noggin, but it could
Either.
kill a person.
So quarter-sized hail is severe. So 1-inch hail, quarter-sized hail is severe. Yes, nickel-sized hail still not great for your plants or your car or anything like that, but technically not severe. Listen, you got to put a limit on it somewhere, right? All right, so it is 1 inch, it is quarter-sized hail. Do you guys want to be citizen scientists?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you know that you guys can actually help the National Weather Service?
Yes.
So if you ever have hail and you can safely grab a piece of it and put it up next to some coins, shoot them a picture on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever they use, all right? They actually can use your observations, all right? Because radar can only tell us so much. You're the ground truth, all right? So you can actually help, but make sure you have some kind of thing like a coin, something standard that would be easy to measure the hail. Now, baseball-sized hail. Do we have it in North Carolina?
No.
Yes.
What?
We've had baseball-sized hail in North Carolina. Is it something that happens frequently? No. Thank goodness, no. It's pretty rare, but it does happen, all right? Now, let's talk about how hail is formed. So what happens is we get this thing called an updraft. So if I say updraft, which way do you think the wind's going? Literally up. You have vertical winds that go up in a cloud, okay? And what happens is raindrops get stuck in that vertical wind, and they actually can get to a point where they freeze, okay? And when they freeze, that little ice chunk is going to grow and melt and grow and melt until it gets too heavy and it falls. Okay? We're going to be scientists today, and we're going to make a hypothesis. Do you think my baseball will float today? Let's see if you guys are right. Didn't float. Why not? It's too big. It's too heavy, right? You guys already knew that it was too heavy. You're smart. But I want you to take your thought one step further. To make a baseball-sized hill, you've got to have very fast winds going up in a cloud to support these things in the sky so they can grow big enough. All right? In fact, to make softball-sized hail, you have to have winds in an updraft going up at 100 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour vertical wind. Crazy. And in fact, baseball-sized hail will fall out of the cloud at nearly 100 miles an hour. Now, before we get to our third thing, have you guys ever heard like severe thunderstorm watch, severe thunderstorm warnings? Yeah. You ever heard those two words before? Sometimes it gets a little confusing, like what's a watch, what's a warning? So I'm going to tell you guys, a watch is just like this jigsaw puzzle here. All right? Can you guys tell me what this jigsaw puzzle says?
Severe,
Huh.
it looks like
You can't really read it, right? Because it's not put together. So here, all the pieces are here. All the ingredients are in the atmosphere. But it's when they come together in a perfect alignment, will we get the weather? Will you get the picture? So a watch is meaning that all the ingredients are there. It's just a matter if they come together. A warning is when all the pieces have come together. Now we have the clear picture. This is when you have to worry about the storm being near you, okay? So in a warning, you can actually see the thunderstorm on radar, okay? So that's a little bit of the difference. And so the warnings are issued by these guys over here. Watches are actually issued from a different place, the Storm Prediction Center. So pretty cool. So they handle all the local stuff. Now, one more thing that could make a storm severe. What do you guys think it might be? Shout it out. Tornadoes, yeah. So if it's touching the ground, all right, it's a violent rotating column of air. If it's touching the ground, it's literally called a tornado. If it's not touching the ground, it's called a funnel cloud. And if it's over water, it's called a water spout, all right? Now, around here in North Carolina, luckily, we don't typically see those big monster tornadoes. Ours are typically a little bit smaller, and it's just due to our region, how things line up. But over in the Central Plains, they can have some of those bigger tornadoes, right? Yeah, the ones you see in all the pictures, they get all those. Now, there's a difference between how tornadic winds happen and straight line winds. So if you ever have wind damage at your house, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, a tornado must have come through. All right, but I'm going to tell you, a lot of our damage is actually straight line winds. And I'm going to try to demonstrate this with dominoes today, okay? So cold air, is it going to want to sink or rise? It's going to want to sink. And sometimes you get cold air at the top of the cloud, and that's going to want to come down. And when it does, and it hits the ground, it's going to spread out. And you're going to get these straight line winds. Okay? And so if you have tree damage, those trees are going to be all in one straight line. They're all going to kind of fall in the same place. But in a tornado, does a tornado go straight or does it spin? It spins, all right? So in a tornado, your trees are going to be in different patterns. So you can almost be like a forensic meteorologist. You can look at tree patterns and tell if you had straight line winds or tornadic winds. Isn't that a cool job? Really cool job. Now, I want to make a tornado for you guys today. Sound good? But I'll only do it if you guys can answer what 3 things we need to make weather. Do you guys remember? Shout them out.
It's water, heat, and air.
Nice. Do we have air in this cage?
Yes.
I'm going to put a little more in there just in case there wasn't enough. Perfect. All right, I'm going to put some water in there, okay? Get the opening. There it is. All right, we're going to put some water in here. The label clearly says water. All right, and then we need the heat from the sun, but you know we don't really have the sun around in this cage, so we're going to use this instead. You guys ready?
Sure.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. All right, so what you guys are going to do, you're going to help me count down. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, and something cool is going to happen. Okay, you guys ready? So 3, 2, 1. It's taller than the cage! Woo! That was a tall one! That there, guys, is how you make a fire tornado, and that there is all about weather. Before you guys leave, please make sure to check out Charlotte Area Air Awareness. They're right over here. National Weather Service, Greenville, Spartanburg, right over here. Awesome podcast, Carolina Weather Group. You're going to want to talk to them. They're awesome. And also, they are on Spotify and YouTube and all those things. Head on over there. And then we've got the South Carolina State Climatology Office. Weather and climate are not the same. Weather's what you get. Climate's what you expect. Go talk to them all about climate. Thank you guys so much.